It's time now for Still Having Fun with your old buddy, Bob K. Today we take a walk around the Magic Kingdom. Hello everybody, it's your old buddy Bob, still having fun, and one guess where I am today. That's right, it's the Magic Kingdom. We're here at the entrance. People lined up to take pictures with the train station behind them and the beautiful Christmas decorations they've planted out here. There's poinsettias everywhere, or poinsettias, however you say it. We're gonna take a walk around inside. I'm gonna show you a couple of my favorite spots. Definitely one place I love to eat. And also a couple of what I think are nooks and crannies of the Magic Kingdom and shouldn't be overlooked. Now when you walk in the Magic Kingdom, this is what Walt used to refer to as the lobby. Much like a theater, Walt wanted it to be an entertainment experience as if you were going to the cinema. Now that's changed, of course, over the years, especially now with streaming and people wanting to use their iPads, phones, or whatnot to watch entertainment. But you come through the lobby, and this is what Walt referred to as the curtain. Because for a minute you're in the dark.
Nice camera.
And then you come out and you're seeing the show itself revealed, of course, which is the town square, Main Street, USA. Now, one of the things I love about the Magic Kingdom, as I referred to earlier, is those little nooks and crannies. This beautiful theming of small town USA. The gardens, the lattice. And this is a spot people love to people watch. You come and you sit in the rocking chairs and just watch the world go round. Especially this time of year. The music is also a key to the experience of walking into the Magic Kingdom. You have speakers basically planted all over this area. Some are in walls, some are in lampposts, some are in boulders. You name it, they surround you with the beautiful music. Now this is a spot you can come in and see Magic Mickey, which of course is a character experience. This is for the little ones. Adults, please don't stand in line. This is for the kids. Now, if you have a little one with you, well, that's your excuse to come in and see Mickey Mouse. This, of course, is Tony's Italian Restaurant, which has not always gotten the best reviews. It's my understanding that they've improved the menu. As you'll see later, I don't do restaurant reviews. Believe it or not, over 40 years ago, one of my first jobs in broadcast television was exactly that, restaurant reviews. All I knew about restaurants is, like they said in Goodfellas, I knew how to order off the menu. They would write the script for me, I'd do the reviews. But if you look at my waistline, I've had plenty of experience eating in restaurants ever since. Now this is the money shot. People want their picture taken with this beautiful Christmas tree behind them. And the ability for these still photographers to capture you in the moment, give you something to put up on the refrigerator, maybe your mantle. That is a beautiful tree. That's definitely one of the cool ways to get around Main Street, USA. Now, normally, from this vantage point atop the train station, you'd be able to see Cinderella's castle. which Walt referred to affectionately as a wiener. That's right, a wiener. If you know anything about Walt Disney, you know he loved trains. From an early age as a child. You've all heard about the train that the mini steam engine locomotive he had in his backyard. And he definitely wanted a train at the Magic Kingdom. Now, this time of year, the train goes backwards from here because of the construction that's going on over at Tom Sawyer's Island, the former Tom Sawyer's Island. More about that later. I just love the theming, the small details that Walt always wanted included at his theme parks. Now here's an area that I think most people just walk right past. They're excited about getting into the park, going down Main Street, get on the rides. But I love the architecture here. Town Square, you've got the Chamber of Commerce, you've got City Hall. Now back, I won't even say what year, but it was quite a while ago. The first time I came here on a working assignment, I was working for the ABC affiliate in Buffalo, New York, WKBW-TV. And the Buffalo Bills were going to the Super Bowl for the first time. And we were assigned to go to Disney World, believe it or not, 4 days before the big game. And we stopped here at the Magic Kingdom, and I met a very qualified, nice, thorough communications person, Jenny Hess, and her office was right here in this section at that time of the Magic Kingdom, and she had an office up above City Hall, and that's where we met her. And Jenny said back then, the one thing about working atop City Hall is that every day at 3 p.m. the parade would come through, so you'd have to hang up the phone, stop all business, because it was just too loud to be able to speak and talk on this telephone. Now, she did tell me it was a great reminder, however, of the magic that was Disney World.
We're gonna be fine as far as.
This is the restroom area.
Trouble with their packs.
And this is City Hall. This is where you can pick up passes, you can have packages dropped off for when you leave the park or have them sent to your resort. It's a beautiful room. They take care of all your questions, hopefully, in here. They also have a beautiful map of the Magic Kingdom. I just noticed they have taken out Tom Sawyer's Island. Busy at work, probably in the middle of the night. And this is the fire station. And there are patches from all over the world of the various fire companies. Proudly displayed. And somebody is waiting for a treat. Like I said, this is an area often overlooked. Here's something I think is really cool. Of course, the barber shop. You can make an appointment, get a haircut, get a shave. You can also have a youngster get his first haircut.
Oh, perfect. Wow. Can I try to send him in the chair? Sure, let's try that. And then we do it from the kitchen.
They do take walk-ins, but I'm not in need of a haircut today or a shave. So yes, why a wiener? Well, when Walt would work those long hours out there in California and not get home until long after dinner, his loyal poodle would be waiting for him, and the poodle would follow him all over the house, waiting for Walt to go into the refrigerator and pull out an uncooked hot dog, or as Walt referred to, a wiener. And Walt realized that that dog would follow him anywhere until he got that treat of his wiener. And so Walt said, we need a wiener in our theme park, something that people will follow and travel to because it's just so great. And that's what the Cinderella Castle is. Each one of Walt's theme parks has what he refers to as a wiener.
What do you recall? The most famous reindeer of all. Who do you think it is? Rudolph. Girls strip note. Oh, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows all up the.
Well, wasn't that nice? Just a little holiday cheer as we go on our tour. So earlier I mentioned the nooks and crannies of the Magic Kingdom. This is definitely one of those. Somewhere you can get out of the rat race, out of the heat, and find yourself a spot in the shade or just somewhere nice and quiet. People are all waiting for caricatures. Now, there used to be two of these side streets. The other right across the street, which is now part of the Emporium. And this is nothing but a dead end of sorts. But look, there's a table, chairs. You can sit down, take a break, and you're not going to get hassled. Moving up Main Street, come to a spot in the early 90s I just loved, and that was the House of Magic. Now back then, you could go into the Magic Kingdom's House of Magic, and they had a great array of beautifully designed and very authentic Halloween masks. I purchased 3 or 4, still have 2. One that I've used many Halloweens, even used it on television once or twice, playing a cheesy horror host. And it's held up over the years. Now, if you walk into the facade, which is the House of Magic, you're not walking into the magic shop with the tricks and the masks and all the paraphernalia. No, you're walking into the Emporium. I, for one, wish they still had the House of Magic and some of the other stores that were part of Main Street. You can still find a House of Magic in Disneyland, an authentic House of Magic. They don't sell Halloween masks, but they sell actual magic tricks that you can use to wow your friends. Now we're coming out the one end of the Emporium, which is Casey's hot dog stand. Great spot. Casey's is my sister Sue's all-time favorite food here at the Magic Kingdom.
Sorry, sir.
Look at those delicious hot dogs. Now at this end of Main Street, way back when, my wife and I would come down here with the boys, and you could get the best cinnamon buns, cinnamon rolls, the bakery down here. And I swear they would pipe the smell of those cinnamon rolls right out onto Main Street. Hard to resist first thing in the morning. You grab yourself a tea or a coffee, and then you find yourself table and chairs, and that would oftentimes be your breakfast as you got to the Magic Kingdom bright and early. Oh, there's the bakery now. Still sell Mickey cinnamon rolls. They weren't Mickey cinnamon rolls back then. And this is twice as big as it was back in the day. When you get to a certain age, everything changes. Just the way of the world. And my idea of still having fun is not waiting in long lines for a cinnamon roll. Now this is interesting. The ice cream parlor, normally swamped. But guess what? This is Florida. Temperatures just start out in the 30s and eventually move up to the 50s. That's not ice cream eating weather for those coming down here to Florida. If you live up in my neck of the woods, Western New York, that doesn't stop you from getting an ice cream. No way. Ah, there's a beautiful family portrait. That'll be somebody's Christmas card for 2025, without a doubt. Here's Tomorrowland. Earlier I mentioned I was out here in 1991 on a shoot for WKBW TV in Buffalo, New York. And we had to go live at 5 and 6 o'clock. My photographer was Mickey Ostreicher. And they set us up right about here. Of course, none of this was here at the time. And we had a great shot of the Magic Kingdom behind us. And we had Mickey Mouse in a football uniform, and Goofy in a referee's uniform. And that was the backdrop back to Buffalo, New York.
Oh yeah.
Great memories. Now, this walkway is used much more now that the Tron ride has been built here, because that brings so many more people to this part of the park. But this walkway is definitely what I would call a nook and cranny, or at least the entrance to a nook and cranny, because it's a shortcut around Fantasyland. It's not as well traveled as much of the park. There's a couple spots along the way that you can sit and relax. So that walkway has changed quite a bit from what it was before the Tron ride. And as I said, it's much more traveled now.
Oh, that.
Well, let's ride the train part ways. What's the trip to the Magic Kingdom without riding the train?
This is going to be a shuttle train taking us to Main Street, U.S.A. station. If you're wanting to face the direction of travel, you're going to want to be the back of any car facing towards the front of the train. Once again, this is a shuttle train taking us to Main Street, U.S.A. station. If you're wanting to face the direction of travel, you're going to want to be on the back of any car facing the front of the train. Thank you.
Well, like I said, this isn't going to be much of a ride, but it's still the train at the Magic Kingdom. Well, it's not going to be
like we're on our way.
the ride it used to
So
be.
glad to have you with us. This train's headed straight for Main Street, USA. We'll head on back to Fantasyland after that. Stay seated and keep your hands and arms, feet and legs inside the train at all times. Oh, and please keep an eye on your children.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Next up is a place that's always ahead of the curve. And
Please make sure we're fully inside the train at all times, folks. Also, further reminders, there is no eating aboard the Walt Disney World Railroad, so at this time, if we have any snacks, I do ask that we stow them away till we reach our next station, or we come back and disembark.
Well, I was going to say something until I was interrupted,
as you know, I love this railroad about as much as a songbird loves the morning.
and I'm interrupted
But I'm
again.
still awed by the rockets and spaceships and technology.
Unidentified users detected in upload conduit area. Scanning. Calculating. Locomotive maintaining trajectory. Intervention not required. Users, please proceed to Tron Light Cycle Run for upload. Once digitized, you may board your light cycle and join the games. Fair warning, users. Competition is fierce and fast. Stick together. It's your only hope for victory.
Not so. And that's the secret that makes intergalactic travel possible. So simple once you hear it, right? Yes, sirree, in this place of boundless optimism, the possibilities are endless. You might say the sky's the limit, but even that is no obstacle in Tomorrowland.
Okay, I think that's it. Very short ride. Fantasyland to Main Street, USA. You cut through Tomorrowland. Not what the train ride was, but it will return when they get the car ride assembled. I don't know if that'll be before or after the Villains Land. Whether that gets constructed or not, I think is still up in the air. Still love the train ride. There's a nice view of the Contemporary.
Our trip is almost complete. And though it was brief, I can't thank you enough for spending part of your day with me. And I hope you've enjoyed your journey as much as I've appreciated being a part of it. We're now approaching our most charming destination, Main Street, USA. A place where the only thing sweeter than the townsfolk is the treats. After this, we'll circle back to Fantasyland. So, unless you're yearning for more of my yammering, this will be your stop. For now, stay seated until our train comes to a complete stop. Then pick up your belongings and carefully disembark. If you have strollers to unfold, please take them all the way beyond the platform so new passengers can safely hop aboard. It'd be mighty kind of you. And while we're being neighborly, what say we give our fellow travelers a friendly wave hello? This is Main Street Station, after all. Welcome to Main Street, USA.
Alrighty, travelers, as we're coming into Main Street Station, please remain fully seated and fully aboard the train. And for your safety, do not attempt to stand or exit till I've given you the words of all clear. I will let you know when it's safe to disembark, so until then, please remain fully seated and fully aboard the train.
Oh, that was fun. Yes, I know, we're back to the front of the park. This is underneath the train station. You can get a locker in there, you can get strollers in there. It's kind of a unique spot. Not as much traveled as one would think. You can get out of the heat during the top of the summer. Coming back out onto the town square, Main Street, USA. Can't get enough of the architecture that's in this part of the park. This was Walt Disney's dream, to more or less mimic Missouri, where he grew up. This could have been any town, USA, back in the day. Always different with all these great Christmas decorations. Let's go back to some of the shops along Main Street that we passed earlier on our journey. And what's a Disney experience without sweets? No place better than the Main Street confectionery shop. Oh, it smells so good. The king of cotton candy. Here's where all the magic is. Right there. And what do you do at the Magic Kingdom? Well, I dip Mickey into chocolate.
Stuff in the chocolate right here. Here, you want to stand up a little?
Man, I wouldn't mind working in here, just for the smell alone. Begs the question, how am I not buying something?
All day suckers.
When we go to the countries in Africa. Thank you.
Now we're into headwear. They used to show just Mickey cartoons back in the day, but this was more of a mini theater at that time, many moons ago. And this is a great place for souvenirs, pricey souvenirs. Oh, look at that. Souvenirs, souvenirs, more souvenirs. One of the challenges of going to Disney is finding room in your suitcase when you're going back home for all the important souvenirs you bought along the way.
Space Mountain.
I've got a little story about this establishment, the Crystal Art. Talk about pricey. You can get handmade souvenirs here as well. This gentleman right here is absolutely an artist. Not bad working in here today. Temperatures in the 50s. I imagine come July and August, it's a little warm. I imagine there's many an adult Disney lover has those in his home. I'm guessing my three sisters may have some of those. This I know they absolutely don't have. Where would you even put it? That is a skill. An art form not too many can say that they have. That's going right on the side of that castle turret. What would Disney be without the sounds of young children screaming? If you're a parent with young kids, you just don't hear it after a while. You just don't. If you're adults without kids, you hear it all the time. It's not something you soon forget. Casey's famous hot dogs. Susie loves them. Oh, I got a bubble. Bubble right on my nose. Okay. Important factoid. There is a stage show going on right now at Cinderella's Castle. Now, when do they rehearse these, you might wonder? Well, smack dab in the middle of the night, or the morning, about 2 a.m. They come out, they rehearse on stage. They also rehearse the fireworks. And it's the managers of the various stage performances who also have to be here to sign off on the show and whether it's working or whether it's not working. So they're out here all night long. They also do the fireworks, as I said, to rehearse the fireworks show, especially if there's a change made. And you say, well, there's no homes nearby, there's no neighborhoods nearby. No, but you have the Contemporary Resort. And often they'll hear complaints from residents of the Contemporary or the Bay Tower about fireworks going off at 3 a.m. And guess what? When the entertainers are done with their rehearsing, they still have to show up for work in the morning. There's no days off. It's part of the fun of working at Disney.
What's your dream, my little snuggly friend?
My dream? I always wanted to be one of the fellas.
What about you?
I've always wanted to try new things and make new friends.
Those are beautiful dreams.
Of course, what you don't notice during the day, these little mini castles and turrets are where the projections are made for the great show at night as part of the fireworks. The Happily Ever After show. Now, I'm going to take you to a nook and cranny that I stumbled upon a number of years ago. And it's right behind, appropriately enough for this time of year, the Christmas house, where you can find Christmas souvenirs and ornaments any day of the year. Doesn't have to be holiday season. And the Christmas house is located right over here as we come into Frontierland. And all you have to do is go behind the Christmas store, and here you find a beautiful, quiet, secluded spot. Sometimes under the gazebo back there, they'll have characters. But this is usually 100% good for getting out of the heat, getting out of the crowds, and finding a quiet spot to sit down, enjoy a meal. This works for me. So how bummed out am I that there is no longer a riverboat, no longer Tom Sawyer's Island, no longer the caves of Huckleberry Finn. I know things are a-changing, but I used to love to go over to Tom Sawyer's Island, and that was my number one nook and cranny. I was told by a higher up VP of promotions for the Disney Corporation that The decision wasn't easy, but it was something that was on its way for quite a while because they monitor every single ride here at the Magic Kingdom. And the two attractions that always had much lower numbers than anything else was the Treehouse, the Family Robinson Treehouse, and Tom Sawyer Island. I loved it. Loved going in the caves, loved going to the fort. My sons weren't crazy about it. They were when they were small. But I always enjoyed it. And this was the spot right here. Back in the day, not too long ago, what is now a pin shop used to be a candy shop. And my lovely wife, Mary, would go in the candy shop and get herself a bag of her favorite candy. And she would come right over here, and they used to have benches here, and she would sit on the bench and watch me go across on the boat over to the island and sit here patiently while I ran around like a big kid waving from Aunt Polly's peanut butter and jelly restaurant or whatever that was. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, but the Cars ride will replace all of that in a couple years to come. I collected pins back in the day. I still have a whole bag full of them. I haven't been active lately, but it's become a huge deal.
Okay. Not in no. That was probably else.
You're getting one, check it out.
I can. Cheers. Brianna.
It's about 100 degrees in here. And every pin imaginable. So let's see. 40 bucks. 40 bucks, about $10 a pin. That's actually not outrageous for 4 pins. I'd grab a new one, but what would I do with it? I'd put it in the bag with all the others. See, now these people are traders. I never tried trading the pins. I'd be a horrible trader. I'm just not a good negotiator. I know what I want. I know what I want to give away. I just don't dicker. That doesn't come in handy when you're buying a car or house. Now there's plenty of great restaurants and fast food spots in the Magic Kingdom. One of my all-time favorites is the Harbor House, and I'll tell you why. They have the Harbor House, for me, has delicious salmon and some of the best New England clam chowder I've ever had. I'm not from New England, but the clam chowder I have here I think is pretty darn good. And there used to be a spot upstairs. Most people wouldn't venture up there unless it was really busy. But now, thanks to vloggers all over, it's become a coveted spot to go up there and sit by the windows and people watch while you're eating your lunch. At least the ones that aren't covered in white paper. Let's stop here for a minute and take in one of Disney's fabulous parades, always scheduled throughout the day. People line up for hours just to get a proper position to record and see the parade for the youngsters and the oldsters alike. Here's the Grand Marshals. Oh, yeah.
wanting to come see you.
Oh, I have a very fast flight. Be surprised.
I'm excited. This will get me my day.
So we get to fly together. It's my happy thought.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh, you too. Bye with you soon.
You can go in a meeting.
Yes, I passed up my opportunity to take a picture with Peter. The Haunted Mansion, one of my favorites. You can check out the channel for a tour of the Haunted Mansion. And this is the Haunted Mansion gift shop. It's changed over the years. You were able to take portraits in here that would have your face turn into a ghoul, but they've gotten rid of that. But some great souvenirs. We'll take a quick walk through. You can get everything from knickknacks to holiday ornaments, wardrobe accessories. Unfortunately, they don't sell masks here any longer, as they had once in a souvenir stand that was located right by the Haunted Mansion. Go back out into Fantasyland. This obviously is the highlight for many of the young children. Come into Fantasyland, you've got so many rides that the kids just love. None bigger than Peter Pan's Magic Journey. Always a long wait for that ride. And of course you have It's a Small World, which has been around ever since the World's Fair in New York back in the early 60s. A number of innovative rides were created for that World's Fair by Walt. The spot right here, we're back in the 90s with my boys. We ran into, well, we didn't run into him, he walked by us, Michael Jordan. And they had some cast members escorting him through the park with his kids. That was kind of a thrill. Personally, my wife just loves the carousel, and the carousel at the Magic Kingdom is one of the finest in the world, in my opinion. The horse is so beautifully crafted. This is one of those long wait, short ride situations, but always worth it. And as you come around the carousel, you see individuals attempting to pull the sword out of the stone. Actually, as I was walking up, a young man had just accomplished that feat, which is surprising. I was given the opportunity once. I failed. Now the back of Cinderella's castle. Try, young man. No, he's done. The Bippity Bippity Boutique. So many little princesses walk out with a gorgeous gown and their hair all done. Just a thrill for the young ladies. They had one for little boys at the Pirates of the Caribbean, but no longer. That space has now become a tavern. Back out behind Cinderella's castle. Let's see which way we should go. think I'll go back the other way. Let's see. Yep, I want to go past the wishing well. Great sight. You can see this is not an area that's always well traveled. And here's a great photo op right here at the wishing well. To the show.
We invite you to enjoy the rest of your magical Friendship Fair day here at the Magic Kingdom.
One more. Awesome. Now, how about this?
Well, while we're here, may as well go on Swiss Family Robinson. As I said, this attraction really doesn't draw the number of people that you see on most of the rides here at the park. But it's in a space they really wouldn't know what to do with it. It doesn't occupy a lot of land space. Most of it goes up. So let's take a walk. I'm old enough to remember the movie. I'm guessing most people that go on this no longer remember where it came from. And just like the film, it's very inventive. The family was stranded on an island, had to make do, of course, until the dreaded pirates showed up. But the good guys won in the end. A lot of steps on this, folks. Fittingly, the organ is playing Christmas carols. one of the bedrooms. Apparently we've already reached the top. Now here's the top. Must be where the kids slept, in the hammocks. You notice they carefully don't give you much of a view of the rest of the park because they don't want people dawdling. There's no people mover here. It's all 2 feet horsepower. And that's that. Oh, there is more to see down here. Running water. I think we sprung a leak. The kitchen. And that's the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse. I was here in March. You couldn't get near the Aloha Isle refreshments. There was hundreds of people in line. But today, because the temperatures are down, the famous Dole Whip is very attainable. But today, no problem. Literally a minute. I tell you, once those temps drop, some of those sweet, succulent, hot weather desserts become very attainable. Check out my channel for a ride on Pirates of the Caribbean and the Jingle Cruise. That's also available. Coming very soon. Now, this is an area that I would call a nook and cranny. It's the backside of these trees, just outside the Sunshine Tree Terrace. And there are spots to sit and relax. It's also obviously used for stroller parking, but that's okay. And these are the areas that I really enjoy. The Magic Kingdom. Kind of out of the way. They're still theming. Still part of the park. But they don't give anything away. You never know what's on the other side of all that. And just like that, you're leaving Adventureland.
No.
Famous Crystal Palace. And now the shortcut, especially during the parade. We got to the Emporium. Shop, shop, shop till you drop. How many Christmas presents will be purchased in here? Countless. Yeah. They do it right.
Gonna get those.
There's no doubt about that. They do it right. This, by the way, that area is where the other side street was. It was a nook and cranny until they filled it in with merchandise. Now you can call this a shortcut, but wisely they send you through an area where it's nothing but merchandise. I'm sure many a person walked through there hoping to beat the crowd and the parade and walked out with a bag of goodies. There we are. And I think I still have time to cross.
Across.
And there's the very same parade we saw earlier. Goodbye, City Hall. Goodbye, Chamber of Commerce. And out back through what Walt would refer to as the curtain, which we know as the tunnel under the train station. It'd be tough getting out of here with kids with that parade going on, but it's time to move on. So I hope you enjoyed the tour. This is your old buddy, Bob K, still having fun.